All right. Great pleasure joining me on set. House Majority Whip, my friend Tom Emmer of the great state of Minnesota. Let's go right to it. Let's go right to it. Nuclear option and the filibuster. What you think, Mr. Emmer?
Well, I'm in the House, Larry, as you know, and I like you, understand President Trump's frustration. This is insane what the Democrats are doing. They should have read the book on federal government shutdowns because Republicans wrote it. One, it doesn't work to leverage your policy objectives from the minority with a government shutdown. And two, if you're going to go into a shutdown, you better sure have an exit strategy, which they don't seem to have had one so far. So I understand the president's frustration. The easiest way to end this, pass the clean CR and let's get back to business.
So you do not want to end the filibuster.
I'm trying not to take a position, but I would leave it.
Take a position.
I would leave it.
You would leave it in place. Look, I think you're in the majority of that view. And I think the president was very frustrated. He didn't mention it today, as far as I know. He gave a little presser heading towards Palm Beach, but he didn't mention it. So I'm not sure. But I will bet almost every. I mean, you will give the Democrats open field running what they've always wanted. They've always wanted to end the filibuster, pack the court, statehood for Washington, D.C. and Puerto Rico. You can't want that. You'd blow up the entire government. Yeah. You'd blow up the entire economy.
But about the only place that you could see it is maybe you limit it to appropriations, the spending, as opposed to all those policies.
Can you fence it off?
They can do whatever they want. It's their rules.
So here's the thing. Jeffries, right, your colleague, Hakeem Jeffries, somebody said the CR, Republican CR, extends Biden-era spending levels, basically Biden-era spending levels. And Jeffries responded by saying that's a stone-cold extremist lie.
Well, Hakeem Jeffries has become a bit of a cartoon character since this whole shutdown started. He is less than relevant. The reality is, and maybe he wants to read the CR, because this is not only the same CR that Chuck Schumer and Democrats all voted for 6 months ago. Larry, it's the same one they voted for 13 times under Joe Biden that Chuck Schumer wrote. Mm-hmm. It's their CR. We gave them exactly what they wanted. The goal is to give us a little bit more time to try and get back to regular order appropriations. You know this, that for the first time since, I think, 2019, both the Senate and the House made motions to go to conference on 3 of those bills, and they were very close to closing them out. The goal is to get all 12 done. We passed them out of the House. There's no reason why the House and the Senate can't get this job done, but you got to have the government open to be able to do that work.
So the government's not going to open anytime soon. By the way, it's so interesting. Democratic unions want the government to open. Teamsters, the AFGE, the Federal Workers, Pilots Union, even in New York here, the Steamfitters Union, open the government, right? Pass the CR, Republican CR, which, as you say, is really originally a Democratic CR. So what about my impoundment theory? I mean, Russ Vought is ready to impound. All right, we got to get past this, goofy lower court judge like always, but we will. He's locked and loaded. He is ready. Non-essential workers will become non-essential. Yeah, they become non-essential existentially. Forever.
Look, that may be the case.
Do you think that was a good line? Non-essential existentially? And the programs that Joe Biden larded on for his reelection last year, you saw it happen, right? That stuff should all, not entitlements, okay, that's all, but you can impend. The president is the chief executive of the executive branch. He has the authority to do it in the absence of any funding whatsoever.
Larry, I would not disagree with that. I would agree. I think that's the problem, is that Chuck Schumer and the Democrats, by taking this extreme position and shutting the government down without really having a reason why, they've literally given the power of the purse to the executive branch. Sure. We would prefer to do what Congress is supposed to do, which is the appropriations. But when left with no other choice, they have literally put Donald Trump and his administration in the position of making those hard choices. And like you say, they may well have to make those.
What you waiting for? Pull the trigger.
They've tried. I think the president has been as patient as anyone. You remember when Barack Obama did this? He put blockades up around the Vietnam Memorial. He tried to make it as difficult as possible. Our president found a way to pay the troops. He's trying to find a way to support women, infant, and children with the WIC program. But this is going to run out, Larry. So eventually they're going to have to make those decisions.
How long is this going to go on?
Well,
I mean, let me rephrase, where is the off-ramp? If if Schumer says what he's saying, and if the others, Jeffries and the rest of them, AOC, whatever, the party's being run by the far left socialist wing right now. They don't care. They'll blow up the budget. They'll blow up the economy. They don't care about women, infants, and children. They say they do, but they really don't. So where's the off-ramp?
No, you're right. Well, I think it started this week. Hypothetically, there's one more chance, and if it doesn't happen, it's going to go for a long time, and that's probably next week, right? Up till now, thanks to the president finding a way to pay our troops last month, we haven't felt this as much as we should and will. 65,000 small businesses across the country have lost $12 billion in the first month of this shutdown, but those are 65,000. Out of the 300 million people that are in this country, you're about to really feel it, right? Air traffic controllers missed a paycheck this week. Other federal employees missed a paycheck this week. You've got 42 million low-income Americans that are about to have their SNAP benefits interrupted. The WIC benefits.
Tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
You would think they'd want to get this done before they harm those people, but instead I think they're so afraid of their virulent, their cancerous left, the extreme left, that they're going to wait until after the elections on Tuesday. That may be the next inflection point.
They may lose.
They may, but
they'll win the socialists here in New York. You're familiar with that in Minneapolis. Lucky you.
We have the Mamdani of the Midwest.
The Republicans might carry Virginia and New Jersey. You think that would change the Democrats' mind? Like maybe they're completely on the wrong side of every issue, virtually. They'd much rather talk about the East Wing ballroom, the new banquet hall, than they would about women, infants, and children, or food stamps, or military pay. But seriously, that's what they do. That's all they ever talk about now. They've just gone stark raving mad. It's worse than the Trump derangement syndrome. It's the Trump derangement syndrome plus.
Way worse. And no, I don't think it will change them. They are going to be on the wrong side of everything. They were sent a message, a strong message by the American people last November when 77 million people voted for Donald J. Trump and voted for what he campaigned on, that Republicans in the House and the Senate have actually been honoring those promises over the summer. And guess what? Whether they win on Tuesday or they lose on Tuesday, they are not going to get the message.
I know. I don't think the Tuesday thing's going to be much of a DMZ for that crowd, but we will see. Anyway, House Majority Whip Tom Emmer from the great state of Minnesota. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it very much.